From Vienna, the city where period dramas are considered contemporary, welcome to Socks Talk Politics.
Socks Talk Politics.
Good evening and welcome back to Socks Talk Politics. It's a pleasure to host this special episode entirely dedicated to the female part of the world. As president, I have recently launched a campaign that I would like to share with you tonight. Take a look. On average, a cis woman has her period about 450 times in her life. That adds up to 10 years of bleeding, which can cause some uncomfortable situations if we're not provided with the products we need. And while these situations are uncomfortable, even though they shouldn't be, with hindsight, they sometimes make quite good stories. Let's just remove the shame from the equation. We talked to some women about their favourite accidents.
Now, I once travelled to a gig on a night train. While I was sleeping, I got my period and bled all over the seat. And when I woke up to get off the train, that's when I realised what had happened. And so I put a jar of olives on the red spot, to cover it up. Well, unfortunately, the jar, it wasn't properly sealed, and so it spilled, and, now my blood was all mixed up with the olive oil.
Once, we were supposed to test sit some furniture. We immediately went for a very expensive, splendid antique armchair. The second we sat down, we realised, oh dear, the royal red is happening. The worst part is, the chair was beige. We stayed seated the whole time, claiming that we were simply delighted with the chair. The owner of the furniture company was so pleased that we liked the chair that he gave it to us as a personal present. That was 50 years ago. And we've been sitting in this antique armchair ever since.
When I was about 14, I went for a swim with my crush. I was still pretty inexperienced with my period, so I didn't know that I couldn't use a panty liner in the water. After we'd been in the pool a little while, suddenly my bloody panty liner just appeared next to us, and I claimed that it was already there when we'd gotten in, and that I didn't mind it all that much anyway. I don't know why I thought swimming next to a stranger's panty liner was less embarrassing than just telling him that it was mine.
When I was a young girl, I got my period while spending a day in the public pool. At one point, a boy asked me if I got injured, as I was covered in blood. Well, I'm not injured, honey, I said. I'm a woman. As you can see, 10 years of bleeding comes at a price, quite literally. Women typically use 10,000 tampons in their lifetime at a cost of around €1,600. Taking into account all the other costs that come with getting your period, you'll see the price is high. For some people, it's too high. So-called period poverty describes the lack of access to sanitary products for financial reasons. Most women bleed once a month, and all of them should have access to sanitary products in order to manage such an intimate and regular occurrence in their lives and avoid period dramas. Projects like the Pink Box are fighting this inequality. The project was originally launched in Poland after research showed that 4% of Polish women, nearly 500,000 people, cannot afford to buy sanitary items. The difficulties caused by the unavailability of sanitary pads in public institutions affect women in schools, universities, offices and libraries. 21% of teenage girls skip school due to a lack of sanitary products, and 10% of women don't leave the house at all. The Pink Box is a box where every girl and woman can find sanitary pads and tampons. Pink boxes can be found in more and more places around Kielce, starting with social care facilities for women, schools, and cultural institutions. By breaking menstruation taboos and introducing pink boxes to public spaces, this initiative is a step towards equal opportunities for women, also empowering them to discuss the issues that affect them. We want to follow suit and invite leaders around the world to do the same. This project can be launched anywhere. It's not rocket science, but it's vitally important to 50% of the world's population. I am President Nancy Stockings, and I approve this message.
Wow, Nancy, great campaign. Stop the dramas. Period. Hey, speaking of drama, and drama queens, where's Brian?
Oh, he's right over there.
Huh? Why is he backstage?
Oh, he said this episode's topic isn't something he, as a man, can or should add anything to, except for, I acknowledge the struggle of women and support you in every possible way.
That sounds uncharacteristically sensible for Brian.
Yeah, well, I guess we have to thank our writer's room for that one. And that's it for tonight. We'll see you next week on Socks Talk Politics. Until then, put some hygiene products for women in your bathroom. And remember to stay on your toes.
They're walking, they're gliding, they're talking.